I'm sure we've all had that moment when we're thinking about our ex and it kind of dawns on us, why are we overthinking this? This person was like the worst person in the world for me. Why am I obsessively thinking about them? There's two really big reasons why sometimes you can just really get hung up on your crappy ex. Don't get me wrong, there could be a lot of reasons why you are still hung up on this person, but in this video, I want to give you the two biggest things that I see talking to you guys on the phone that happen all the time that keep you stuck. The first reason is, and this may be painful to hear, but just listen to me, you are not confident. What I mean by that is you just have not taken the time to really do the work on yourself. Doing work on yourself doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you, but instead it means that you need to stop focusing on outside things and start focusing inward. When there is no inner work that has been done, you actually really won't ever get over a person. To stop fantasizing about the past and all the things that you possibly had with this person at one point in time, you're gonna just stop ruminating and projecting what you wanted to happen and stop creating stories that are just not real. Now, what does any of that have to do with being confident? When you're fantasizing and you're projecting and you're living in the past, you are really just actually filling a void. You're filling the void by thinking that that person, that relationship was going to give you the ultimate happiness. It was going to fill you up in some way. It was going to give you something, and something that you probably really want. Maybe it is connection. Maybe it actually is coming from a healthy place. But to need something so badly means that you are definitely filling a void, and that void really is tied to all of your unresolved, unhealed wounds. Now again, what does that have to do with confidence? When you are a healthy, confident person, you can be confident to be able to go on a job interview. You can be confident to be able to do public speaking. You can be confident in a social setting and talking with people. But to have healthy confidence comes from within. It means that I can cultivate happiness on my own. And it means that I know how to take care of my emotions, whether that's sadness, anger, frustration, anything. That means that I know how to be emotionally and mentally healthy. That's the difference between someone who's just confident, where maybe they're comfortable in an environment, maybe they're playing a character and they're actually really not confident and they're just really good at pretending and acting. Healthy confidence is more about the inner work. When you do that inner work, there's so many things that blossom because of it. First off, you're definitely going to learn what a healthy relationship should look like and what it should feel like. And that relationship, aside from just the outside, it's also going to be inside. What does it look like? What does it feel like to be healthy within my own self? What does it look like? What does it feel like to have healthy relationships with other people? When you do that type of work, you inevitably put yourself on another level. It doesn't mean that you're above or below other people. You're just in another level of a human being. You are very healthy within your own self. You have confidence. And when you're at that level, you can easily look back on a relationship, see that it's not good for you, and not want to even entertain the thought ever again. And it's the thoughts that you're repeating over and over again that are actually keeping you hung up on that relationship. It's definitely not the person, because let's just be honest. If you can be honest with yourself, then the person wasn't right for you. They weren't good for you, and you know that. But the problem is that the mind has just cultivated all of these stories that have kept you in this loop and this cycle over and over again, and now you have to do something different in order to kind of like get off the ride. So when you're in another bracket, when you're on the top tier, that means that you are a different caliber man or woman, and means that you don't just take whatever comes along. You don't accept crappy behavior. You don't accept toxic relationships. You're not lonely and waiting for something to come into your life in order for you to be happy. You've learned how to cultivate that happiness regardless of the things that you're looking to have and achieve, and regardless of the things that you want and desire that maybe aren't here yet. So what it looks like is you're calm, you're confident, you're empowered, and you're able to really set goals for yourself. So all the things that you really do desire, maybe you do desire to get married, maybe you do desire a relationship, maybe you desire a new job, whatever it is, you know what those things are, and you're actively working on getting there. And actively working on getting to where you want to be is as much a physical thing, meaning physically doing something, physically going on dates, physically going on a job interview, but it's also a mental game as well. And the mental game is the thing that is sometimes the hardest to kind of push through and work through, and it's also the thing that is going to really allow you to actually achieve those goals. It's 90% of the work that you're going to do is going to be mental. The next reason why you are 100% still hung up on your ex, really, these are the only two reasons why you're ever hung up on someone, especially someone that you know is crappy and not good for you and completely toxic. And again, I'm going to say this, and please just bear with me, you're bored. Now, I mean this in the nicest way possible, but you're bored. You're bored with your life, you're bored with your weekends, you're bored with your friend group, you're just bored in general, and this is just giving you something to be distracted on. When life is not fun or exciting, or you don't have things to look forward to, then it's going to be your default to just go to, well, I used to have this. Well, it was summer at one point and now I'm in the dead of winter and there's nothing to do in the dead of winter. So it's all about your mindset. When you're not making enough money to really do the things that you want to do, when your body doesn't look the way you want it to look, when you don't really ever have anything fun going on and you're not getting out of your comfort zone, you just will default to thinking that a relationship or that person was going to give you everything that you're actually searching for. I can't tell you how many people I've been on the phone with that because there isn't much going on and they're not yet where they want to be, that they allow themselves to ruminate. You only will ruminate when the focus is lack, when the focus is I don't have this. And so if life isn't where you want it to be, again, being able to be confident, these two really tie into each other. In order to have that level of high confidence and be on that next level of a person and not to be bored with life, it means how do I create the life that I want and do that and also find balance in being happy in the here and now. If you can have those two things, you're not hung up on anyone. You're going about your life. You're creating the relationships and the things that you want for your life. Because if I asked you right now, hey, for the rest of the day, for the rest of the night, what would you like to do? Not what you have to do. What would you like to do? What do you want to do in the near future? What do you want to do in the next year? And if I started asking you those questions, that you're of course going to be able to answer them. Well, I want to do this. Well, I want to go there. Well, I want to have this. Well, I want to, feel this way. Then it's going to be about really what are the things that you're doing that are hurting you from actually being where you want to be and having those things. And that's what really coaching is all about, is finding that gap between where you want to be, where are you now, and what are the things that you're either doing or not doing that are helping or hurting you. When you have a new life, a new routine, a new mindset, when you understand and really practice these skills, your life just changes. Not to sound corny and be cliche, but it literally is life-changing because you become a whole nother person. And on that level, you don't mourn things that are just not on your level anymore. So I hope this gave you just some clarification on why you're just still hung up on this person. I hope it helped you to understand the things that perhaps you should be doing that maybe you're not doing, and hopefully giving you some tips that you can start working on day to day. If you are interested in working with me, I always link everything down below. Don't forget to follow me on social media. Again, those are linked down below, Instagram, Thread, etc. I would love to have you join our community over there, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.